noise. It's just looking.
I'm excited to meet other kids my age who love God and become friends and go to Nicaragua and work with kids there.
Most excited about going to Nicaragua, and yeah, I guess that's it.
My biggest excitement for Compass is to experience Jesus and God like bigger than I ever have in my life.
I'm most excited to work with the kids at Nicaragua.
My biggest hope for Compass is to simply be still and listen to God to truly discern His voice.
I would say I'm most excited about, I guess, the relationships that I'm going to make here and hopefully finding some direction for what I feel like I'm supposed to do with my life, and I guess just kind of figuring out what maybe my calling is.
What I'm most excited for Compass is to be able to travel to Nicaragua, to meet the people, and hopefully just to be able to talk to them and understand what they're doing, and hopefully to help them also.
I'm looking forward to going to Nicaragua. It's going to be my first time out of the country. And the thing I'm not looking forward to is having to go to the bathroom in the Adirondacks with a shovel, I think.
I'm most excited about the adventure that we're going to go on tomorrow. We're going to go out into the Adirondacks and spend time focusing, being quiet, and just experiencing God's creation.
My biggest fear is probably going to be eating out in the wilderness because I don't like very many foods.
I'm most excited for the solo and just being alone with God for a day and just kind of seeing like what He says. And also I'm excited to step out of my comfort zone and just see what happens when I kind of walk in faith.
My biggest excitement would be getting to know everybody and their stories, why they believe in Jesus, and follow Him.
I'm most excited for meeting new people and the new experiences that I'm going to have, traveling overseas and hiking and everything.
Okay, I know this is kind of silly, but I think my biggest fear is the fear of the dark. I guess really just not knowing, if there's a monster hiding in my closet.
I am most excited for the wilderness expedition and backpacking through the Adirondacks because I am an avid rock climber and I enjoy the outdoors.
I am most excited for the Nicaragua trip and getting to do ministry there.
I guess my biggest fear would be like taking care of living stuff like laundry and stuff like that.
I'm most excited about going to Nicaragua to get a new perspective on life and seeing what it's like to live in another country and with poverty and not good living conditions.
One fear that I have going into the Nicaragua trip is my Spanish speaking skills, just because I haven't taken Spanish since 5th grade. But I'm hoping that the connection that we have, even with the language barrier, will be enough through God's love and through whatever I learn until then.
I'm really excited about just traveling and flying and just really seeing the earth that God has created and all of His creation.
I'm most excited for Nicaragua because I love traveling and meeting new people and experiencing new cultures. And I don't speak Spanish, so that should be interesting, but I'm sure it'll be great.
So I'm most excited about being with like 30 other teens that also have a strong faith, because that's not really what I have back home. So being with other strong believers is what I'm most excited about.
I'm most excited for the theological expedition because I have a desire to learn more about God, and theology being the study of God. I'm so excited for it.
One of the things I'm most excited about joining in this Compass mission is to be able to go overseas. I have a really big heart to see people who might be struggling, whether it is emotionally or in poverty. So to be able to be aware of that and to go see that firsthand, I'm so excited to experience that and to see what God has to show me there.
My biggest fear about Compass is actually what happens after. I know that during Compass there's going to be a sort of spiritual high where we all get to know each other and where we feel really connected to God and His creation and other people and living by example. But afterwards is what I'm scared, because often when you go on a spiritual high you come down to a low and then you go back to school and you stop living for God all the time and you start living for this world, and I'm scared that's going to happen to me after Compass.
My biggest hope for Compass is that I would grow in and deepen my relationship with Christ and get to know Him better and come to a more close relationship with Him.
My biggest fear for the month is that I wouldn't have the time and opportunity to connect with the students, because that's really my favorite part, is getting to know the students, watching them struggle and deal with the things that God is putting on their hearts. And that's really my greatest hope for the month as well, that would happen, that this would be a formative month that would really be something more than just a really cool experience, that it's something that forms these students, that they'd be able to learn from it and really apply it to their lives at home. So it really has a lasting impact on the way that they live their daily life and their life as a whole.
That I am going to be able to watch a group of students grow in their relationship with the Lord. That is my biggest prayer and hope for the team.
And that we can pass that on to the guys in Nicaragua. It's really exciting that we don't know any of them at the moment, but we're going to get to know them really well and have the opportunity to share with them and to share some of the stuff that we've been learning. So yeah, that's my biggest hope.
I think my biggest hope and my biggest fear actually go together, because I'm most hopeful that we'll just form a really tight-knit community and that we can just really learn to love each other as brothers and sisters in Christ. So my biggest fear would be that that doesn't happen.
A hope of mine is that the students will take advantage in every way of this month, that they will just totally jump into this, that they will jump into their journals, to Compass time, to their small groups, to each phase of the program, each expedition, that they will love it, even though at points it's not fun, but that they will just appreciate it, make the most of it, whether they're wet, cold, dirty, smelly, their brains are just fried, they're just in the middle of culture shock, being in the middle of another country, that somehow they will overcome any kind of complaining spirit or just negative attitudes that are so easy to have when you're under stress.
Really, my biggest fear is that we don't have a good showing in Nicaragua. I want strong, I want lots of people, I want big numbers, everyone excited, enthusiasm, and but man, the hope in all of it is that we would all encounter the living God in a way that we never have before, and that we would leave changed, almost like a burning bush moment. That, man, if we need a calling, if we need to let go of something, if we need healing, if we need transformation, if we need conviction, whatever we need, pray that we would find that. That's the hope.